My name is Rosalinde van der Vlies. I'm the Clean Planet Director in DG Research and Innovation, and on behalf of the DG, I would like to wish you a very warm welcome at this Euratom Info Day. It has been a long and windy road for us to get where we are today, but in December last year, the Member States unanimously adopted the Euratom regulation, and earlier this month, the Commission adopted the first work programme for Euratom, covering the years 2021 and 2022. What we now need is for you to get fully familiar with the programme and with what the programme can do for you. That's why we have organized this Information Day for you. As with Horizon Europe, synergies will play a very important role in the implementation of the Euratom regulation. First of all, we would like to strengthen the synergies within the Euratom program, meaning the synergies between the direct and the indirect actions. Direct actions are implemented by our Joint Research Center, and synergies should help you, the researchers, to use the excellent research infrastructures the JRC has. We also plan to have better synergies between Euratom and Horizon Europe. For example, on our health and industrial technologies. We are especially keen on having synergies with Marie Sklodowska-Curie, which is now opening up to the nuclear researchers. We are also looking forward to synergies with nuclear medicine, imaging and radiotherapy. This, together with the focus on more non-power applications, will make a significant contribution to our European Beating Cancer Action Plan. During this Info Day, we will also look at other areas of interest to nuclear science. We will discuss advanced robotics, artificial intelligence, and materials. And I'm very happy to welcome also my colleague Peter Drull from the Prosperity Directive in this Information Day. Novelties always appear exciting, but we should not forget that, of course, we will also continue with very important core business of the Euratom program. We will be also covering, for example, the nuclear safety aspects, waste management, decommissioning, geographical disposal, and not to forget radiation protection and training, knowledge management, and skills development. The Euratom program may appear small compared to other programs, but we see the Euratom program as a crucial part of the bigger puzzle. The Euratom program will significantly contribute to the European economy, industrial competitiveness, the decarbonizing of Europe, quality of life of the European citizens, and maintaining Europe's industrial leadership. I now would like to pass the floor to my colleague Domenico Rossetti from our Euratom unit for the introductory presentation. I wish you a very, very fruitful and informative Information Day, and I hope you will all get involved in the implementation of the program. Thank you very much.
Have affected a large part of Europe. And before starting this Information Day, let me share my deep thoughts with the 100 victims and the families. I present them my sincere condolences, and I'm convinced that the EU will support the reconstruction. Dear colleagues, last Wednesday, the EU has presented a set of legislative proposals in the frame of the European Green Deal and the carbon neutral objective by 2050. The so-called Fit for 55 package will imply efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions from almost all economic sectors: energy, industry, transport, and built environment. And innovation will be needed everywhere in order to achieve these targets. When we speak about Euratom, the new work program 21-22, it is structured around 16 topics and several other actions, with the first one on Eurofusion. The Euratom work program 21-22 has a budget of 300 million, with 200 million euro for fusion and 100 million for fission. You may see in the work program that 75% of our funding, of our Euratom funding for indirect actions, will be implemented via the co-funded European partnerships, meaning in close cooperation and with strong commitments from member states. Eurofusion, but also EURAD on radioactive waste management, and the future partnership on radiation protection that we are preparing. Let me highlight some novelties in the work program 21-22. First of all, we have developed better synergies between direct and indirect Euratom actions. That means between the Joint Research Center, and I'm thinking to the institutes in Karlsruhe, Petten, Geel, and ISPRA, and our European projects in the indirect actions. And we have also insisted to have as much as possible the best alignment with the European Union policies, and in particular with our colleagues from DG NR that are in charge of the 3 Euratom directives that set requirements for nuclear safety, radioactive waste and spent fuels, as well as the Basic Safety Standards Directive. Second novelty, we give a bigger role played by non-power applications of ionizing radiation, increasing emphasis on development of medical and other non-power applications of nuclear sciences and technologies is demonstrated by 3 actions in the work program, accounting for 1/4 of the call budget. Please look carefully at the topics 9, 10, and 11. The partnership in radiation protection and medical applications will establish synergies with the Horizon Europe Cancer Mission and the SAMIRA, contributing to the Commission Europe's Beating Cancer Plan. That's the topic 9, with in total 30 million euro. There is also innovation action on cross-sectorial synergies and new applications of nuclear technology that are dealing with closer to the market applications of nuclear technologies in various areas of industry, research, health, food and agriculture, environment, space, and even cultural heritage. Please see that very innovative topic where a lot of cross-sectoral synergy may take place. Education training remains a key important aspect for the Euratom community, and this work program takes decisive steps to ensure that the EU will maintain nuclear competencies through 2 education and training actions. Please see carefully the topics 12 and 13. In addition, and in close collaboration with DG Education and Culture, nuclear scientists will be eligible to participate in the Marie Sklodowska-Curie Action postdoctoral fellowships. Dear colleagues, let me switch now a little bit to the scientific content of the official call. The bulk of the activities is on nuclear safety. This is the core business of the Euratom research. The topics 1 to 5 address traditional nuclear power plants. Just think to the long-term operation of generation 2 and generation 3 reactor, but also on advanced systems, including for licensing safe future power plants. That's the topic 6 and 7 that cover both fission and fusion. But we cover also research reactors, materials, and fuels. We had a couple of days ago a very interesting seminar on the small modular reactors, and you can see that several activities for small modular reactors can be found in the work program. Please see the topics 2 and 4. We are also dealing with third countries' participation, the INCO, the International Cooperation. At the date of the publication of the Euratom work program on the 2nd of July, there were no countries as yet associated to the Euratom work program. Currently, Ukraine and United Kingdom are expected to become associated to Euratom. Therefore, entities established in those countries will be treated as entities established in an associated country. In brief, yes, for their participation, but funding will depend from the signature or not of the association agreement. Dear colleagues, we had a very in-depth stakeholder discussion in order to set this work program. We invited several big stakeholders in Brussels just before the pandemic, and we had this as a major input to our work program. We had also a web-based consultation with more than 350 answers that were feeding our work program. This work program, Euratom, has been co-drafted with the Joint Research Center and has been co-created with DG NR. It will offer access, GRC will offer access to its infrastructure and expertise to research consortia. We organized 2 co-creation workshops with our colleagues of DG NR in order to align our research priorities with the current policy needs. The work program was also enriched through 4 meetings and rounds of comment from the program committee, from the member states, and that reflects very well each national interest through the program committee. The Euratom, in conclusion, is preparing the future for ITER and demo in fusion, but we are taking care of nuclear safety, addressing key innovative aspects like SMR and the cross-sectorial issues that I just mentioned. We are also increasing the coordination with member states through the partnership. This is a very important item, not only for fusion, but also more and more for fission. And we are moving beyond traditional energy issues to tackle societal concerns like health and education. Dear colleagues, so many thanks to be with us today at this Information Day. We will have in the afternoon a very interesting workshop that I strongly recommend you to participate. It will start at 2 o'clock, where we will discuss the issue of nuclear with artificial intelligence and robotics. I will now suggest you to move to the first session, where my colleague Roger Garbil will inform you about the topics on nuclear safety, materials, and fuels. Then we will have to leave this session and to join in a few minutes at 9:45 in the other session. So many thanks for your participation, and we'll be very happy to answer to your questions. Thank you.